Hey y'all. Okay, now earlier I had posted a video about little Maddox Ritch. Okay, he is a 6-year-old little boy, and he is autistic and he's nonverbal. He's been missing since Saturday from a park and in North Carolina, and his mother, there was a lot of controversy because his parents haven't spoken about him being missing at all. Okay, and there was a lot of talk about it. Why haven't the family members come forward pleading, for help like most parents do? Okay, so I'm sure a lot of y'all have probably already seen the video, but for the ones that haven't, I'm getting ready to play it. Okay, I just want to show y'all the article real quick, and then I'm going to show you. It says, "I just want my baby home. Mother of Maddox Ritch speaks out for the first time." The mother of a missing 6-year-old Gastonia boy spoke out for the first time Tuesday during an official news conference with local and federal authorities. During an emotional address, Carrie Ritch thanked the community for their help in the search for her son Maddox and described him as her whole world and reason for living. Ritch then pleaded for residents to call the tip line with any information they may have on her son's whereabouts, saying, "I just want my baby home." And this is little Maddox right here. So cute. So adorable. The FBI also announced a $10,000 reward being offered for information leading to Maddox's whereabouts and urged the community against spreading rumors or false information about the search over social media platforms. Okay, they have asked right here, please do not spread rumors on social media about the search for Maddox Ritch. Information is being released by our official channels. Don't be responsible for redirecting our efforts away from where they need to be. We should all unite to find Maddox. And yes, of course, I definitely agree with that. But good luck with a lot of that on social media. There's so many rumors, too many. Regarding search efforts, officials say any area where Maddox could possibly be located is being searched and researched every day by new teams and personnel. Sonar, divers, and other new equipment are also being used during those searches. Officials say the park is roughly 250 acres and bounded by swampland. Anyone with information is asked to call a special tip line dedicated to Maddox search, 704-869-1075. Okay. Just trying to... Okay, yeah, this is the article here. I'll just scroll down, and if y'all want to read it, y'all can pause the video and read it. I've already read this, so I'm not going to read it again. This is just the original article from when Maddox went missing, okay? What happened was Maddox was at a park with his dad and I guess his dad's friend. It was another adult. Maddox supposedly went running off, and they lost sight of him and haven't seen him since. Can't find him or anything. So, they're of course trying to find out where he is so they can find out what to do next. Okay? I hope and pray to God that this baby is still alive. Personally, I mean, I have a sick feeling about it, but I'd like to stay positive and, pray that, he's still alive and that he is safe and everything like that, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and show the video. This does show the mother on here pleading for her baby's return, okay? So after the video, we'll discuss some more.
Very important. It's taken this long for her to have the courage just to be able to speak on camera. If you ask her any questions, the news conference will end. I need you to be respectful of their privacy. She wants to speak. She's not ready for the firestorm of all the questions. Imagine if your child had been missing for this long. That's really important. I don't want to have to end the press conference, but I will, because we need to protect the privacy of this family, okay? The mother's name is Carrie Ritch, C-A-R-R-I-E-R-I-T-C-H. She is going to give a few words, and then she is going to leave the scene in the press conference, okay? And we'll continue on with Chief Robert Helton of the Gastonia Police Department, Helton, with Chief Phil Welch from the Gastonia Fire Department, Philwelch, and Jason Kaplan, Jason Kaplan. He's the FBI Supervisory Special Agent. They will take a few questions at the end. There are a lot of you here. I know a lot of you have questions. Please be respectful of one person not monopolizing the whole Q&A. Okay, we'll begin now. Thank you.
Oh my God!
Let me fast forward through this a little bit because here it is.
Hi, my name is Carrie Ritch. I'm Maddox Scott Ritch's mother. I just wanted to thank each and every person who has reached out to me about Maddox wanting to help find him. I would appreciate it if you were at the park Saturday and saw Maddox. So please, urgently, please, call the tip line, please. Continue praying for him because I just want my baby home, please. Whatever you can do. Maddox is my whole world and my reason for living. He's Mama's boy. Maddox loves the park, he loves bouncy balls, and he loves his teddy bear. His smile is so contagious and his laughter is so precious. If you think that you have seen Maddox, please reach out to police. Thank you all for your love and support. And I just want to say, I want my baby back in my arms.
One thing I'll add before we begin the rest of the press conference. Maddox's father, Ian, is at the park with us now. He is retracing their route, where they were, and their day. That is why he is not with us right now. He is with us across the street helping with this investigation and to further this case.
Good afternoon. I'm Robert Helton. I'm the police chief here in Gastonia. It's been 75 agonizing hours since 6-year-old Maddox Ritch disappeared. 75 hours. We don't want another hour to pass before we find him and bring him home. The law enforcement and search efforts that have answered the call to help us has just been humbling. Since Saturday, there have been 260 law enforcement investigators, agents, analysts and other personnel that's been working around the clock to find Maddox. We have followed more than 150 leads, conducted hundreds of interviews, gathered surveillance video from stores all over the area, searched thousands of acres of land on foot, with ATVs, and by boat. But we haven't found Maddox. Everywhere I go and where our officers go, people are asking, how can I help? Hundreds of people were in the park Saturday. We feel sure that more people noticed Maddox than the ones that we have talked to. In particular, some of the witnesses that we have spoken to saw a professional photographer out there that day and would like to talk with him. He was described as a white male in his early 30s. He was taking photos of 3 white children dressed in Dr. Seuss costumes, holding balloons. Both their parents were there as well. We would like to talk to all of those people if they could make a call to us and talk with us. There was also a male jogger nearby that we haven't been able to identify, and we would like to talk to him as well. It's so important for folks to call us and to let us know what they saw and what they saw that day so that we can put together a timeline of exactly where Maddox was at and the last time that he was seen at the park. These people are valuable witnesses. Even if you don't think you can help, please call us and let us decide if your information can help us. There were a lot of children in the park Saturday, including some other blonde-haired boys wearing orange shirts. But we need to know if you saw our blonde-haired boy with the orange shirt. The special tip line, again, is 704-869-1075, 704-869-1075. At this time, I will turn it over to Gastonia Fire Chief Phil Welch, who's going to talk a little bit about the search efforts. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Phil Welch. I'm the Fire Chief of the City of Gastonia. Me and my department have been involved in the search from the start. To give you an idea of the effort, and I know most of you have been just outside the park entrance and have seen multiple agencies, firefighter, EMS, police officers come and go through the facility. As you probably know, the park area is approximately 250 acres. It is bounded by some swamplands, fenced area, and we've searched and researched every day with new search personnel every piece of the property. Our personnel have changed. They're all trained. They are firefighter, law enforcement, and EMS, emergency management, some specialty teams with some specially trained dogs. You've seen the helicopters, which one is flying now. We have drone teams there. Every day, even beginning Saturday evening, we've had Charlotte firefighters that are here with sonar boats and divers every day. So we're trying everything. We've gone beyond the entrance of the park, as you've seen the personnel come and go, and we've expanded our search. For if you know the geography of Gastonia, we've gone to the east, bounded to the south by I-85, and we've gone to the east just at 3 miles. We've traveled Long Creek on up to about 4 miles now, and we just expanded on that. We've already set personnel in place for tomorrow, and we will continue to cover the park and the areas outside the park. FBI.
Thank you. I just wanted to include 2 other pieces of information, and one is that the FBI is now including a $10,000 reward for information that's going to help us find Maddox. But I also wanted to make a plea to individuals that might not understand the damage that can occur when they forward messages about maybe Maddox being found or details that aren't actually true. I'm not sure if I can express how difficult that is for family to have to endure. And so I hope that people keep in mind when they push some piece of information out and start spreading it through social media, that at the very minimum, it's damaging the mother and the father and the family members who are so desperately searching for Maddox, but it also can complicate the investigation and the search that we have. So I please would just ask that if you don't see the information coming from an official source such as Gastonia PD or the FBI, I really think it's irresponsible for you to continue to push that message out, and I would ask that you would not do that anymore on behalf of all of us who are searching for Maddox. Thank you. We'll take a few questions at this point.
Where are you seeing those fake reports coming from?
I don't think I'm going to go into the details, but a lot of them are individuals, and that's really where we're seeing them. And many times they've been forwarded multiple times, and they start gathering a lot of attention, and it takes us time to get to the source. Typically, in this case, we've identified the source of the information, and we have a conversation with them to make sure that they don't continue.
How damaging is it because of
Well, it's not only is it depleting resources for us to have to do that, instead of having our agents and detectives investigating or having the search parties potentially stop the search that they're doing because they believe that something's changed. So I would say that that's probably the least damaging, and probably the greatest damage is to a mother and a father who are desperate to get any information they can about their child.
We know they're looking in multiple places, but as far as the landfill this morning, is that anything that was somewhere you guys researched or just kind of a routine place that you guys might look?
I don't think it's uncommon in other cases such as this where a child goes missing that we would search everywhere, including landfills and dumpster dives. It really is for us part of the SOP, and I don't think anyone should take too much away from the fact that we're doing that. We're just, once again, making sure that we cover every single lead that we have.
Can you confirm a couple of locations today? Over a house on Shelby Road in Kings Mountain, and also the Gaston County landfill. Are either of those connected? Can you all confirm that searches there happen and connected to the search for Maddox?
Yes, those locations are both connected in a sense that they're part of this community, and that's why we would pay special attention to those locations. But I don't think that anyone should take too much information away that we went to those locations.
What can you tell us about the friend or whoever it was that was with the father that night in the park?
Nothing.
Is that person helping with the father at the park right now?
That person is helping in this investigation, not necessarily with the father right now.
So you heard reports from dispatchers that there was a delay in the initial reporting of Maddox being missing. Can you confirm that? Was there a delay? If so, how long was it? And who was it who initially called in that he was missing?
Yeah, I think initially when he went missing, I believe there was some time that they began looking. A part-time park employee was the one that actually reported this, realized, hey, we need to get the police out here, and was good enough to go ahead and make that call and call in. When he did call in, and we're working on releasing that 911 call, but when he did call in, he had very limited information about Maddox or anything that was happening, just knew that there was someone that was lost, and so he called in and got the police on the way out there.
Chief Welsh, how deep is that lake?
Normally, it's 12.5 feet at the deepest point. As it said when we began the search, it was 10.5 feet. It had dropped, and we began dropping the lake now. So it is down to the deepest point now is about 8.5 feet, and it's continuing to be drained.
Can you talk about what areas of the search? I know that you said yesterday you were retracing, backtracking. Are there any areas of the park, around the park, that you've completed the search and you're confident that you don't need to look there again?
We searched the park completely every day. And different team would come in the next day and research it. And honestly, for the past 2 days, there was a morning search and an afternoon search. So we've been over the park multiple times with different teams.
Is there any information specific to Maddox's, where he falls along the autism spectrum in terms of what he may be attracted to, places where he may be, that you may search more than others, whether it be the water, you've heard that in terms of children along the spectrum. Any information about his form of autism?
The answer to your question is yes, there is information, and that information has been shared with us, and we're using that in our efforts to try to find him. Now, I don't think I would feel comfortable sharing that information because I think it's personal about Maddox, but that is absolutely something that we need to consider when we're looking for somebody who's on the spectrum, and that information has been presented to the searchers. It's been part of the search. I think you're aware that we used his mom and dad's voice because we felt that would be something that would be helpful to bring him out of the woodline if he was there. So the answer is yes.
Aside from the father telling you guys that you were missing in the park, have you had any other corroborating evidence that points to the child being in the park on Saturday?
Yes, we have.
Can you speak to why he's not eligible for an Amber Alert?
There's very specific criteria to be met, and in this case so far has not met that criteria. We did recheck with the National Center yesterday to see if this would qualify, and again, it does not at this point. But really, when you have an Amber Alert, one of the things that you want to push out is like a vehicle description or a tag number, and you want to get that out everywhere for folks to be on the lookout for, and we really don't have that right now to push out. The main thing that we want to do is push out that he's missing. and his identity. And you guys have been great to help us do that. And I really have appreciated the coverage. This morning was wonderful to see this all over all the news agencies, and we really do appreciate that help. And that's the main thing that we want to get out right now is that he's missing, and anybody that has information or that has seen him, to please call us.
When looking into the criteria for the Amber Alert, it was about dictating an abduction or not. And is it accurate to say that you guys you don't think he's been abducted, and that plays into why it's not been listed as an Amber Alert, or is it just the details of the
right now we're not ruling anything out. We're looking at all possibilities, and I'm sure you all have questions. We have questions, and we're trying to explore all of those. But the facts that we have right now is that he was at the park, and we feel like he was at the park, and so that's where our concentration is at right now.
Do you have
any people that are persons of interest right now, and if so, how many different people? I mean, I know you wouldn't name who they are, but do you actually have people that are persons of interest, which is terminology you guys use all the time?
I think the way I would answer that is that there are, and it's part of why we're leveraging and working with the media, and principally the persons of interest that we have now are witnesses or can help us construct a very specific timeline. And that's why we need the individuals who are at that park to come forward. So we really appreciate it. As the chief said, it's been invaluable to have you guys spread the message. We really hope to find them. Thank you.
I believe that y'all followed up on.
So as we've done this week, we're going to take the comments here and we will put them together as a press release that we push out. We're going to continue to post photos of the search. I know that you guys cannot access every area where we are. We are getting those folks to send pictures to us. We have some on Facebook right now of kayakers who were out today. We are pushing that on Facebook as well as the FBI's Twitter page. We greatly appreciate everything that you guys are doing to help us. I would ask that no one try to continue to directly reach out to Maddox's mother. Again, it took her this long to feel comfortable to give a public statement, and if she gets to the point where she wants to make another statement, or where Ian, Maddox's father, is comfortable to make a statement, that will come through us in this venue, or if we decide to move to another location. But it will not be in any other place other than with us by our side. It's just overwhelming. Can you just imagine being in that situation? I don't anticipate we'll have anything else on camera today. We will continue to push out regular updates in time for Summer Year Newscast. Check the Facebook, check the Twitter. We are providing as much information as we can, and it's really, really important. I know we keep saying it. It is really important that we hear from anyone in the park that may have seen something that can help us. Thank you all.
When will the park reopen?
Okay. So, what do y'all think about that? Okay. I already know what a lot of y'all think. I know a lot of people, feel like she didn't show enough emotion. She didn't cry. Okay. Now, we do have to keep in mind, though, that, everyone has their own way of grieving, okay? And even though, like, right now, we don't know what happened to little Maddox, okay? We have to put ourselves in the mother's shoes, okay? I know what I would have done. I mean, I can tell you right now, I would be a nervous wreck. I don't even know if anybody would be able to understand a word that would come out of my mouth at that time, because I would be so heartbroken and just, I don't think I'd be able to contain myself. But like I said, I mean, everyone handles their own emotions, in their own way. Okay, not everyone reacts the same way to things. We don't know how much she cries when she's not on camera. Okay? Now, look, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that, I'm not saying anything either way, really. Whether I think really that they had something to do with it or not. Okay? I'm trying to be respectful of the family, and I'm trying to be respectful of, the statement that they put out, no spreading rumors. Because I don't want to spread anything that's not true. Okay, so let's get that straight. Okay, but I try to look at all sides of any situation. You know, and I have to, the only way I can even attempt to understand anything of the situation when I look at all sides is to put myself in the shoes of, you know, everyone involved. Okay, and, you know, for this mother, I mean, I put myself in her shoes, and I know that I would be highly emotional. And, you know, it would just tear me up not knowing where my child is. You know, especially my 6-year-old who's, you know, in this situation, who's autistic and nonverbal. You know, but, however, you know, I don't want to judge the situation because I don't know yet. Okay, my prayers go out to them, and I'm praying so hard for little Maddox. You know, I hope and pray to God that he is safe and that he is alive. You know, and I hope and pray to God that they find him. But, you know, it's like we have come accustomed to basically seeing a lot of mothers, you know, on the news stating that they don't know what happened to their child, and then, you know, and they show the same type of emotion, and then next thing you know, we find out that they had something to do with their kid. Okay, so that is why it's so easy for people to feel like, you know, like she's hiding something, you know. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to personally speak on that because I don't know, you know. So we'll wait until we find out what happened to Lil Maddox, you know, for me to make any more judgment about the situation. You know, I really don't know what else to say about it, you know, because I don't want to get in too deep. I don't need to, you know, I don't want to say anything that might be wrong or, you know, might offend anyone or whatever, but I don't know, you know. So, but there is a reward for his, you know, return. Okay, and once again, this is Maddox, okay? This little boy right here is Maddox Ritch. If anyone was at that park, y'all, at Rankin Lake Park, on Saturday, they keep urging people to please call. Please call. I'm asking y'all, please call. It doesn't matter whether you saw him or not. It doesn't matter whether you don't remember seeing him. It's not just about whether you saw Maddox. The reason they want to know this is because they want to know what everyone saw. You know, is there anyone that, you know, stuck out in your mind? You know, what do you remember from the day at the park? Like someone mentioned a photographer, you know, things of that nature. They need to know things because they're desperately trying to find this little boy. Okay? And if anyone knows anything, I'm going to say this number again. It's 704-869-1075. That is the tip line that is dedicated just to the Maddox search. Okay? So anyone with any information, please call that phone number. But, you know, I do hope and pray to God, you know, that the parents don't have anything to do with this. You know, I hope that this is just a random case, you know. I don't know. I really don't know. So y'all leave your comments and feedback below. If y'all would like to send me anything, you can do so on my email, or you can add me on Facebook and send whatever you like through there. If y'all have not subscribed to my other channel, please click on the link down below, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. Till the next time I talk to y'all, have a wonderful night, and I love y'all, and thank you so much for listening.